The Weather Center with Chief Meteorologist Kris Crocker. We had an incredible winter last winter, as far as people don't want to repeat it.
Us too.
And then a nice summer. So now we're looking even ahead to next winter, and we're skeptical. At least some of us are.
Nothing I could tell you like the last two winters coming ahead. This is the forecast focus looking ahead at October, November, and December. So early winter. And this is released, the long-range forecast, the third Thursday of the month by the Climate Prediction Center. That's NOAA's climatologists back in the Washington, D.C. area. They spend a whole month working on this. And the October, November, December forecast, this is not a surprise, calling for above-average temperatures. This is the result directly of a developing El Nino. That is the abnormally warm water in the equatorial Pacific, the sea surface temperatures there, that impact our weather patterns worldwide. And almost every time we have an El Nino, we have above average temperatures throughout the Pacific Northwest, and that extends throughout the West. And this is a big deal, even if it is a slight deviation in the inland Northwest, particularly the Spokane and Coeur d'Alene area, because we so often fall right on that rain-snow line. So even a little bit of an increase in our temperature can mean a lot less snow down in the valleys. Now, in terms of precipitation, now this is a little bit early to be worried about snowpack, but getting into late November, December, that starts to be the time where we start seeing the snow pile up in the mountains. The indication is for below average precipitation for a good chunk of the Pacific Northwest, but just barely crossing over into the Columbia Basin, mainly over on the west side. And the precipitation is sort of the wild card in an El Nino year. We've had wetter than average El Nino years and drier than average El Nino years, but this is what has happened more often than not, that it is drier than average on the west side, and we have closer to average precipitation on this side of the Cascades. Good news, we can beef up our snowpack, have good issues with outdoor recreation, but maybe with those warmer than average temperatures, we can get a little bit of a break this winter from the driving in the snow and the other concerns that we have when the snow piles up in town. Meanwhile, on our satellite and radar right now, cold front from last night well off to the east, taking the showers and thunderstorms with it. We have clearing skies with high pressure building in. Another front, however, comes in for Saturday afternoon for another cool down and more showers for Saturday. Our temperatures right now, we had almost a 20-degree drop from yesterday. Our high yesterday 91, our high today 92, or 72 rather, and that is where we are right now. 81 in Wenatchee, 81 in Omak. Otherwise, we are in the 70s across the region, but we'll be back into the 80s and even the 90s in some locations for tomorrow. Those temperatures above average. Quick look at our national satellite and radar. We have an area of low pressure over the Four Corners region, bringing some flooding rains to parts of New Mexico. Heavy rain continues also for the lower Mississippi River Valley, as well as the southeast from a persistent area of low pressure there, and a number of flood warnings in place. Taking a look at your 7-day forecast. High pressure for tomorrow, and then another front moves in on Saturday for a chance of showers on Saturday afternoon and evening. More warm, dry weather in the extended forecast. We're back up into the mid-80s by the middle of next week. That's 15 degrees above average. So I think that long-range forecast will make a lot of people happy. Right now, it looks like we're going to get a good start to the snow in the mountains, but in town, a well-deserved break.
Sounds good.